right, welcome to this week's episode of The Dynamics with TJO. I got Jordan, myself here today, and we got some guys that I happened to meet, probably about 15 years ago. I walked into a little show in the Blair County Convention Center, saw these guys selling some turkey calls, and we hit it off right from there. It was one of those things that it was like brothers meeting for the first time, basically, because when we hit it off hard. I bought one of their calls, and let me tell you what, from day one, it was nothing but kills. So I got Jim, Bob, and Rick from Tipton Creek. You guys just go ahead and introduce yourselves and how you got into hunting a little bit and how Tipton Creek started.
Well, I'm Jimmy. I grew up in family. We really didn't. No one hunted. There wasn't no. My dad didn't really hunt. My uncle hunted a little bit, but hunting with my cousins, stuff like that. Learned from buddies, and this and that. And that's how I got into the hunting aspect of it anyway.
Yeah, I've been hunting, shooting stuff since I was 7 with a BB gun, a recurve. I killed the neighbor's cat, every frog I could find, every bird. I've just been all about that since I was about 7 years old, and my dad would let me. Got into turkey hunting when I was probably 17, 18. One of my friends introduced me to it, and just went out listening to birds with him one time, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I'd like to shoot one of them. And kind of got the fever after hearing him gobble, and been hooked ever since.
I'm Rick. I went hunting with my dad when I was 12. Back in the day, you wore jeans, red and black Woolrich jacket, and an orange cap, and you had a Lynch box call. And that was the first 3 years of my turkey hunting. And it's evolved a little bit since then.
Yeah, that was back in 1941.
Yeah, just slightly. Nothing like dating yourself, Rick.
Yeah, I know.
In a slingshot.
I'm the elder statesman here.
But we, Jim Bob was out, the whole turkey call thing came about with, Jim Bob was making pot calls on his own. And
yeah, the little thing called Sholey calls. Just mess around with it. And I made, Jimmy's boy a call, and Jimmy took it from him and was like, this is mine. And got a hold of me and was like, hey, I went to high school with Jimmy's wife. We were good friends. We graduated together. And so we knew each other kind of. Him and I started talking. Jimmy says, hey, I got a little picture of a mouth call press. Let's try to make one. So I made a mouth call press, and then him and I started messing around with mouth calls, and was like, you want to make a turkey call business? I was like, well, it's Sholey calls. I was like, let's just make it something for the two of us. And I was like, well, we Tipton Run, Tipton Creek. Tipton Creek sounds good, right?
Yeah.
We just kept back and forth. What do you want to do? We did that and started making turkey calls together.
Just screwing around.
Yeah.
Oh, we got, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I used to get sick of going to a store, and I used to use Quaker Boy. And you'd find something you like, and you have to buy 10 of them. And nothing against Quaker Boy, this is years and years ago, but nothing was ever the same. And we just started messing around, and him being a machinist, he's a perfectionist about everything. So everything's it's detail oriented, like everything. And we started out making mouth calls up at the kitchen table, and giving them the buddies and having them try them, and and yeah, just total.
How long ago was that?
15 years ago.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
15, 16 years.
Yeah.
I think I met them the first year that they were doing it, basically.
You said small shows, probably here at the Jaffa?
No, it was a convention center.
The convention center was the first one we ever did.
Oh,
Yeah. We're going to go there and try that out. And what was that guy's name?
Alex Rutledge.
Alex Rutledge come over, big HS Struck guy. He come over and was like, started running our calls, and we're both just standing there like, it's Alex Rutledge. He's running our stuff. I hope he doesn't say it's crap. And he's like, these are great pot calls. Right. He goes, when did you guys start making them? We're like, this year.
Yeah. Last week, we were literally, we did that show, and then next week was the Jaffa show. And for the Jaffa show, we had, like, we got our slate and stuff, all the laser engraver. We were driving home from State College Saturday morning, going to the Jaffa show with stuff clamped together, drying on the, because we had no idea.
He had an
Like,
expedition, so we had clamps. We had everything glued together in the back seats, on the dashboard. We had it on a dash with a heater on really hot so it would dry the glue.
That's awesome.
yeah.
We're like, don't sell these for at least the first 2 hours.
Yeah, we got to let them dry good.
Don't touch them.
But it's come a long way. It's come a long way. And then Rick what you've been
It was like a
here.
year or two later, Rick started helping.
I think I've been here 12.
Yeah.
12 years.
Gotcha. How'd you guys meet? Or just through the town, kind of low?
I used to steal Rick's beer. Me and Rick's little brother are best buddies. We used to steal his beer when we were kids. That's how out of the back of his pickup truck.
Good way to make a friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you want to make turkey calls with us? We used to steal your beer.
Yeah, well, at least I get some beer.
That's cool.
No, it was just a natural. It was a natural fit for us. It was I mean, like the call went making, and you're always looking for another hand. And he's super good. And now he's really good with numbers and inventory, and he
Sales.
does sales. He does, and we didn't have that. We're just two idiots, hillbillies.
You need someone like that always.
Yeah.
Especially
But heck,
when things take
now them two are pressing calls all the time, and Rick's in the lathe, and yeah,
Right.
he's helping out. It's cool.
Absolutely.
We all have our own little niche, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do one of you kind of specialize in the mouth call side, and one of you kind of do the pod calls, or kind of all helping hands?
We do. Yeah, we do. We all kind of have our own little niche, but I kind of tend to take the quality part of it
Right.
with the calls because that's what I do for a living. I work for Caterpillar, and I'm a machinist, so I always point out every little thing that's wrong, and I'm sure it gets annoying really quick, but
Yeah.
that's why we have
everything's to the thousand.
yeah.
I mean,
Everything we do, if we stretch a mouth call, it's within 1/1000th of an inch. If you on a lathe, where the pedestals are, all our dimensions are, we run within 1/1000th on indicators. So we're back and forth on indicators. So everything's just really, really, really precise. Because that was, like Jimmy said, that was why we got into doing this, because we wanted to make the same thing every time. We want it to be the same every time. If you buy one of our mouth calls, if you buy one, it's the same as the last one you bought 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. And let's be honest, that's what separates you guys from pretty much everyone else out there.
no, we think so. Yeah. We
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. The whole custom end of it, you got tons of people out there who say I'm a custom call guy, but they're not,
Right.
and that's it. Everything's made right in house here.
yep.
Oh, we can go through, and it's not knocking anybody. We can walk through sports shows and go, we know who makes your stuff. We know who makes your stuff. This guy's making your stuff. It's all done on a CNC.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, it's an art. I think what we do is an art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the pot call end of it.
And that's why we can't get big, really, really, really big, because we do make things one at a time. We custom make them. We don't mass produce them. We've seen a lot of companies just get destroyed by trying to go that way, trying to get into, the bigger retail stores, and your quality goes down. You make a lot of stuff, and before you know it, you're working your full-time job and you don't have a turkey call company anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. You make a good point. I think a lot of people nowadays get caught up in trying to take the dollar sign over quality, and it kind of hurts them in the end.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at a lot of companies nowadays that started probably small and then got huge, and then just got away from the quality side and
Absolutely.
away from their roots too.
And the good thing you'll see in Pennsylvania, a lot of places that do make calls in Pennsylvania, we're probably the state that does it right.
Right.
There's a lot of custom good call makers in Pennsylvania. Probably your top 5 in the country are in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So we do it right in PA.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, it's funny, even down to we have our little sayings at the shop. But if you like, we walk around, you pick up a pot call, and you look at the holes in the bottom of the pot call, and a lot of them have it's the burrs and the when you're for putting the drill through the wood. You know what I mean? We call it jacking off a squirrel. But you roll a piece of sandpaper up, and every one of those holes are individually sanded one at a time to make sure there's nothing like finish. I'll walk in and be like, oh, these 50 calls, they're done. Jimbo will turn around and go, that one's not done. That one's done. It's just how it is. Just,
Yeah, that's how you kind of grow individually, and then it turns into a more successful completed business. Is you have the quality of standard there, and you produce quality products.
Well, that's
24/7.
honestly, that's the only way we stay in business is the quality, because we'll never, like Jimbo said, we're never going to have the quantity to be, a Woodhaven. You know what I mean? But if we keep our quality, we'll sell every call we make this year.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's all we can ask for.
Yep.
And we go to these shows all over the place, and that's what everybody always talks about is how, number one, how beautiful they are. And then whenever they pick it up and run it, how it sounds just as good as it looks.
Right.
And that makes a difference.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember when I first put them in the other guy's hands, and my buddy, who's a huge turkey hunter, he was buying Cody Customs at the time that were like $290. And I think the first couple of years, these calls were like $35.
Oh yeah. We started it.
So I'm like, dude, you got to check these calls out for $35. And he picks it up, he starts running it. And he's like, this is better than my $250 call that I'm buying right now. And that's what it was. And I was like, I think I remember coming back and I was like, dude, you guys got to jack your prices up. Like,
we've heard that from everybody forever. Yeah.
The price got jacked up whenever Rick came in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wait a second.
Damn it. Come on.
We were like, no one at the Jaffa is going to buy a call for $40. It's impossible.
And that's how we were. I mean, we kind of priced ourselves, and nothing against the Jaffa show, but that's how we priced our stuff. We're like, oh, dude, no one's going to pay $50 for
At the time, you're meeting your demographic and who you're selling to, and then you realize that sometimes that doesn't matter. If you look at the industry nowadays, people are selling. I mean, I just came across a Facebook ad the other day. There's a turkey vest going for $400. That's just USA stitched and made in the USA, and I mean, it's selling. So it's all about what you think you have and how you can portray what you have. So,
and we were what's the number now, Rick? We 22, 24 states.
21
states so far this year that we've
online orders.
Guys out of a little tiny town that
I was curious.
Screwing around. Yeah, that's
cool.
We kind of laugh. We're going to call it our own Chasing 49.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
One in every state.
Well, I have a daughter that she lives in Connecticut, and I told her she works at a doctor's office, and I told her to say something to her friends because their husband's turkey on. I'm like, hey, just have them order one. Then I can put a pin in Connecticut. Then we'll have 22 states.
Oh yeah, he has every sale we have by month. There's a pin in the map in the town.
Yeah.
And,
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the furthest west one? Do you know?
California.
Yeah.
We have one
as far west as you can
right
get.
right outside of San Diego.
That's cool.
We have some out of the country too, don't we?
We had one in Hawaii last year.
Well, that'd be the furthest west then, Rick.
Yep.
You didn't know that was a state.
No. I'm so old. It's still 48. Right?
Not something to think about.
No.
That's cool.
No, but like what Timmy was saying, like at our shows, it's fun because you guys know how we have it set up. We have all our calls out so they can run them.
Mm-hmm.
And we call it the look. A guy will sit there and he'll run 2 or 3 pot calls and it'll be, that sounds pretty good. Then he'll pick up that 4th one, runs it, and that's the look. And that's, we don't even have to say anything.
You just know.
He just, his eyebrows raise.
Cash or charge?
The corner, and that's what we say. Cash or
Cool.
charge.
Oh, it's funny. Just you've been, a little bit at the booth and stuff. Just Jim Hub and I aren't the smallest guys around. You know what I mean? And some of them you're in a 10-foot booth. Just to be in the booth is such. I almost look as forward to show season.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as much as to turkey, but like show season. And it's just a little touch here, and everybody moves, and you'll go for 4 hours just hammering and not speak a word to each other.
We won't talk to each other at all.
But it's all hand just.
Right.
But we're rubbing up against each other for 4 hours.
Yeah. It's fun. It's neat. It's just it's really enjoyable.
Busy, but so what all shows this past year? You guys went to Harrisburg,
Mhm.
Columbus.
That's the only 2 we did this year,
Yeah.
and then we're looking at for next year. We're looking into to 2 more, maybe 2 more pretty big ones.
Two additional
Yeah,
ones.
2 additional ones.
Yeah. You guys did pretty well. I remember I was there the first day of the show this past year at Harrisburg. You guys said you had a record day.
That is the biggest day we've ever had.
And then we broke it the last Saturday.
Yeah,
We broke that record.
Yeah.
yeah, we had a killer year down there this year. It's neat to see. It's always nice to talk to new people and to have that make that bond.
Yeah.
But just like the and I don't know why I remember, but like you remember a lot of people by faces, not so much by name. Like the little boy, the red from Ohio
Mhm.
with the Ohio State hat on,
Mhm.
and he grew. Now he's like, it's 2 years later, and as soon as I saw him, I'm like, that's the kid.
Yeah.
It just,
Right.
you know, what I mean, you create a bond with people that you don't
Yeah.
necessarily know. You know, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I gotta apologize because I forget everybody, and I pretend I'm like, yeah, I don't remember you. I'm sorry.
Sometimes those shows by the end of it, you're like, holy shit.
What Harrisburg for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what was 100,000 people there,
Yeah.
and you talk to
Oh,
most of them, and
and it's
Yeah.
and how about the there's guys like there's the guy at every show. Like the Jaffa show we called him earplug guy.
Yeah.
And you knew every year he was coming to your booth for 3 hours, dude. No matter what.
he had earplugs in and he yelled at you.
And he'd say it's conditioning his ears for turkey season. That's why he had earplugs in.
He pulls out a picture of a bass.
Yeah.
I caught this bass, and it was like 1941 on the thing. And I was like, yeah.
But we'll have guys in Harrisburg, same guy
Uh-huh.
comes up with pictures. He has pictures. And this year we took Trenton with us. Trenton
Mhm.
went down to help out and has been helping out. And we all know the game. We know by seeing these people. Like, and we'd love to talk to him. Don't get us wrong, but we see him coming. And this guy ends up in our booth. And Rick's like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm going. You'll see certain people when you're like, I'm going, Jim Bob, bathroom? Let's go. You know?
Like, I really got to go.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's
you have to have that tolerance to people during those long weeks. That's
Yeah.
damn sure.
Yeah, all the guys with their NWTF necklaces and hats and the beard necklaces and spurs and
Right?
yes, you get some of them guys and it's funny when they come over and they're just decked out in all this turkey stuff. They're usually the ones that don't want to talk to you and act like they know everything about it.
Mhm.
And it's like, all right, well, tell us some stories. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, I got these.
I
right here
was a judge for 35 years.
because
Okay.
I am the best.
Right?
I wake up every morning and piss excellence.
Piss turkey excellence. But
Yeah.
you can't explain it.
It's funny when you get those guys. They won't even talk to you.
Oh, they'll look down their nose at you like,
Oh, yeah.
dude, I don't care if you hunt. Like us guys, we don't hunt. There's no blind,
Right.
no decoys, hardwoods. That's how we hunt. That's how we learn to hunt. That's how we have success hunting. If you want to hunt in a blind with decoys, if you want to hunt, if you want to reap them, whatever, just go hunt and do what you love to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
hunt
like
any way, any style.
Yeah.
I'll try whatever.
Whatever it takes. Like,
As long as you got a Tipton Creek turkey call, I don't care how you do it.
right. Right. It's just, I don't know. I've seen the minimum time. I mean, I'll be 50 next year and I've been in it since turkey hunting since I've been 15 or 16.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of the company aspect taking fun out of the whole industry. Oh, you hunt out of a tree stand. You don't hunt out of a saddle. You hunt out of if you hunt coyotes with a red light, you don't hunt them with thermal. You don't,
That's not really hunting.
like, just go do it.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do and however you enjoy to do it, go do it.
And that's the thing, like with everybody's work schedules nowadays, you may only get 2 or 3 days archery hunt, 2 or 3 days of turkey hunt. I don't care how you do it. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
That's all, because that's why you're there.
And in the end game of it is, are you successful or not?
Did
a
you
lot
have
of
fun?
and yeah, that's it. I
That's
think
what
it's I think
right.
it's more. Yeah,
Did we have fun? We could go out and hear 5 turkeys, not even pull a trigger or take a safety off.
and I'll guarantee you, we
And I
laugh.
can guarantee you, we're going to giggle 150 times. We're going to trip and fall. We're going to
Oh, yeah.
have, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Somebody's
we're
gonna fart
fart
and
on
get-
each
yeah.
other. We're going to, yeah, you know,
I mean, that's basically what we based the whole journey off of when we first started. It had nothing to do with what we killed.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's all
Well,
about.
Timmy's been in turkey
whole
camp with
process.
us. Timmy's
Been to turkey camp a couple times.
Yeah,
I've,
you've
I've
been-
seen the footage.
Yeah.
I've seen the footage.
yeah,
I,
I mean, you're
I
not gonna
still
find
don't, I
anybody else
still
that's
have never
funner
seen
than
the
us.
footage of the double and Tommy jumping on top of me and humping me. I still have not seen it, dude. I still have
I
not.
think I've seen it.
And Timmy was in a barn. He was,
Or Timmy chasing the turkey that
Oh,
you shot.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, remember
he
that one? Yeah, I
He
forgot.
lays his gun beside him.
And I
I'm
thought,
like, hey. I look over and his gun's like 3 feet away. I'm like, oh Lord, and off I went. I never got up to it.
no, we
Or
never.
that one
found
I
it.
shot that was like 85 yards,
Yeah.
and Tim's like, you know how far that is? I'm like, it's 50 yards. He's like, it's like 85. I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
He range found it. What was it, like 72 or
72 yards.
It's poop.
I about crapped my pants when he pulled it.
Well, we definitely did. I mean, I think that's a lot of it with us. It's fun. It's Rick and I were, where were we at last year? Where were we going last year? Missouri
Missouri.
with them
Yeah.
guys. And Rick and I were out, and the guy says, you're going to go down to the swamp and on the backside of the swamp and blah, 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 blah. And this is like the stupid stuff that you remember. And my big ass is waddling through the, getting through the swamp.
Walking fast.
Dude, and both my feet, it was like, they were like little horseshoes out of the ground. It was roots. And both my feet caught in a root, and it slingshotted me. Boom! What my rangefinder come out of my turkey pack and went 15 yards. I hit that hard. And he just gives the look like anything broke. And I'm like, and it just laughed. I mean, that's just,
Yeah. Yep.
that's the way it is.
That's what
Can't-
it's all about to me.
Yeah, and Jimmy, you made a point about the industry nowadays and how it's I think social media has really put a dampener on a lot of it. But
I agree.
I mean, I'm younger than everyone here, and I've been brought up in the whole technological and social media side, and sometimes it's like, damn, I wonder what it was like back whenever everyone just kind of minded their own and went out and
Yeah,
You
said
shot
their
it.
thing.
yeah, you shot a Jake, you shot a Longbeard, you shot a little 8-point. I mean, it was just
Is what it
kind
is.
of is what it is.
Well, there's back then there wasn't any judgment. Like
Right.
nobody cared how you killed it. They just know you killed it.
Right.
Where now where you share everything. Now you have people behind the keyboard judging you, saying, you should have done it this way. You should have done. There's no right way or wrong way.
And it doesn't matter. You can make 1,000 people. There's always going to be that guy.
Yeah.
There's all, just like we did a Christmas card one time with the kids out in the front yard. And I took my couple bucks I have and I put them on the tree. Just put a nail in, put them on the tree. And put it on whatever. It was my Facebook when I had Facebook or whatever back then. Some guys like, it's all Photoshopped. They're all Photoshopped. They're all.
So really?
Like number one, he doesn't know how to
one-
Photoshop. I can tell you that right now.
guarantee I do.
So there's no way
No.
it's Photoshopped.
And
But-
second, like, what does it matter?
Yeah, but for what reason?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, the world's full of jealousy right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But we get that. We see that side of that. It like when we go to shows, a lot of guys, like other companies, don't talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
But when they do, I don't know if it's I don't know what
I don't know
we
if they're
can't.
intimidated by us. I mean, we
Yeah.
we kind of have our own little fun, but like we don't. I don't know if we just got that resting face. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
Well, first of all, look at these two
you know,
standing behind the booth.
But when
But-
we're the funnest guys
Yes.
you're ever like. We get along. We get along with everybody.
yeah.
Everybody.
When someone talks to us, they're like, "Oh
Yes.
man," and then they talk
We
to us
thought,
a lot,
yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, we just thought you guys were pretty serious." And it's like, "Well, yeah, we're serious, but
Yeah.
We're here to have
You know?
fun.
if you needed, if another turkey call maker needed help or developing a mouth call that they're really trying,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be all in.
Yep.
Hey, give me a call."
Yep. That's kind of what is the other side of the industry is it's so small, but there's no one really there for each other at the end of the
No.
day.
Mhm.
And
No, not now. Not nowadays.
definitely, I
It's
hear
bad.
Tim talking about all the time about how small it is, and it's just like, well, if it's so small, it seems like everyone's out for each other's throats.
it's a
but-
backstab.
There are a few really good companies out there, though. I know when I was sick and in the hospital, there was a couple places that we buy material from, and they were all in. What can we do to help? And they knew I was out, and so there are some good ones out there too that that I guess no one really knows about that.
Yeah, there's
jump in and
I think, and that's probably part of it too, is people would rather hear negativity than positivity anymore.
Yeah.
It's just
They want to
it's
hear
society.
your struggles. They
It's
want to hear your
society,
struggles,
dude.
man.
Yeah, it's just society in general.
And it, honestly, and Jimmy can attest to this, like if it wouldn't have been for a couple of those suppliers helping us out, we probably wouldn't be here this year because I don't think we could have.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't have done it without them.
Rick and I, we sat down and had that conversation.
Jim
we
Wells-
sat down and, our best buddies in the coma, our turkey call partner, our best friend, he's in a camp coma. We don't know if he's going to make it.
Yeah.
And we sat down in Rick's basement, had the conversation. What are we going to do? And I specifically remember I was like, I said, I'll give you my opinion. You give me yours. And I said, he comes out of this coma and we shut this thing down. He's going to be jacked as hard as we worked for what we have. And, we did what we did. And then we had, like Rick said, we had guys that we really just guys we buy material off of, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like you can't thank them guys enough for what
no.
they did.
It's a cool thing to see come together.
Yeah. It's,
Unfortunately, it took. Sometimes that's what it takes. I feel like for some type of event like that to really pull together and, see what you can throw at it to see what you can get out of it. And it's cool that you guys came out on top. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's be honest. There's very few people that want to see people succeed in the world now.
there's not,
Oh,
it's just society, period.
When you find those people, it's a so tight knit group. They're
Yeah.
going to do whatever they have to for you.
Yeah. I totally
Nowadays.
100% agree.
Kind of congregate around them.
absolutely.
So
And you surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Good things come of it.
that's what it's all about, for sure. Absolutely. So I'm curious. You guys' product line on the mouth call is so wide. I've always wondered what was like the first, if you can remember, what was like one of the first cuts that you guys made, or what? What was like the original?
First of all, you got to tell them the TC special.
Oh yeah.
story.
Yeah. That's like a phenomenal.
Well, it started with we made with the call. We have the hammer.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
what
Pro
I
V
use.
cut.
Yep.
Or not Pro V. That's modified.
But what did we call them? We had a black tape and yellow. Remember?
We did a blackout series.
A blackout series. That was our
Yeah,
dude.
because we could only get black tape. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna make this thing cool. It's a blackout series. So we're like, which one do you want? It's a 3-pack deal. You know what I mean? Well, just pick 3.
Yeah.
They're all black. It's a blackout series.
we didn't have like a cutter, like sitting over there on the cutter that cuts them. Everyone's identical. Like now, we still have it to show up.
We had a template.
It was a piece of cardboard, and he would make it, and I would lay it on there, and I'd sketch around it and cut it out with scissors.
Yeah.
And we thought they were the coolest things ever. Dude.
Yeah,
And then we went in and got that stamper. Remember,
Yeah.
we bought a stuff
yeah,
food dye stamper on our name. And
yeah. Had our name on it. Yeah, we were doing it like a little kid with a stamper for your hand. You know, it was.
That's awesome.
We're like, yeah,
But the TC special was really cool.
yeah.
you guys.
We were sitting in Jimmy's kitchen there, and I messed up a cut, and I was like, oh man. So I started cutting. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just making all kinds of stupid cuts on it. Made all these stupid cuts through my mouth, and I was like, oh yeah.
I like that.
Well, let's see if we can do another one like this. So I made another one, made the cuts. I was like, try it. Jimmy tries it. Dude, this is the best call we've ever made. And nobody else has this cut.
That's awesome.
Yeah, on a total accident, 100%. And to this day, I still think that mouth call, kills more turkeys than any of our mouths.
Anything.
Than any of our.
You could add up all the kills on all the other calls, and that special. Every year we get 3 times as many pictures from people sending stuff in with that call.
Yeah.
I killed the special.
Well,
I killed the
and
special.
Every year I've been here, we've sold more specials than all the other calls combined.
Really?
Yeah. Every year
It's
I've
a
been here.
killing, and we don't know what it is. If it just fluke, it's one of them
That's
things.
neat.
So we keep having him
Got
cut
it.
calls.
So going back to the special, Rick, you had mentioned that was like the number one seller.
Oh, by far. like I said, I've been here 12 years, and every year we've sold more specials than all the other calls combined.
It's awesome. That was the first call I used for, oh boy, I think it was the first 2 or 3 years. Yeah. I recently switched over to the TC Hammer, but that special, it definitely, I don't know, if at first it's, for me, it was the ease of use.
Yeah.
And you could still get the rasp out of it on the back end, but it's definitely a cool call.
It's a very hard call to make too. I mean, we cut condoms this year down in the basement.
1,000 of them, dude. No, there's no we.
I did some. I did the first 100.
Oh, okay.
The first 100 of 1,000.
Rick, how many do you do?
10%.
I learned how to get on the lathe.
I got busy. I got busy then. I got busy. And Jimmy was like, I'm cutting all these. It was like one of them. Do you ever see that people that are like, they're determined to do something? They're like, I'm going to do this. And it was like, have at her, bub.
Every second, every spare second I had, dude, I was over there just, oh.
So
we would check on him every now and again just to make sure he's all right.
But that's the special still has that original material.
Yeah.
You can't buy it. You can't buy that material. The original material we use for all of our mouth calls, you can't buy anymore. You have to cut them from Magnum condoms. And we do that.
Joking. I did not know 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a bag of 500 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Every now and then.
Wait a second. Now, we checked to see if they were used.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. One of our biggest challenges is supplies, because using the slate and the different woods and stuff like that, it's just the quality of the supplies we get sometimes, like the actual disc for the slate, it'll change almost every year, which, well, even more than once a year.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So whenever we're spinning out our pots, we almost have to check every piece of slate because it might be different. Even if we get a pack of 50 of them, there might be 25 one size, 25 another size. So it's just, that's the challenging part about making turkey calls altogether, is the supplies. Prophylactic changes the last couple of years. Has changed.
When we first started, it was all the same.
Yeah.
If we made a pot, like we designed a pot for aluminum.
Yeah.
We didn't have to change the size. This year, it's literally like you got to change it to keep the same sound. You got to change, like mouth calls. Mouth call material, I'll get our material this year, and 5 calls we had to redo. You got to
to get the same
every
sound.
5,000th of a stretch and make it from this to this, and you end up making 30 mouth calls, and you're going through there and you're like, no. Oh, that's a good one. No. And then you come back to it and it's like, all right, it's a 125 stretch, and you have to do that every year when the stuff changes. Mm-hmm. If you get 1,000 pieces of material, those 1,000 usually are the same, for the most part. And then you order another 1,000, completely, we're right back to the drawing board.
Yeah, we're going to reset it.
It's great. Even with wood, we get wood in, like my claim to fame, my favorite is lacewood. I love lacewood. Like that's, if I'm going to sell anybody, somebody says, what do you recommend? That's what I'm going to. We got lacewood this year and we've never had a problem ever. Now we run every one of our calls to make sure that they sound correct. And if they don't, we tear them apart. I was so excited because we finally got some nice lacewood, and oh man, not one of them calls sound. We tore every one of them apart and threw them in the garbage. It's weird. It's just how it happens. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember that year we had Zebra? Zebra is our top selling pot call. And we had 20 of our Zebra crystal over aluminum. We had to tear apart because the whole entire board was crap.
Yeah, it was just
I don't
junk.
know what, there was something with the board that just didn't have that harmonic sound in it.
Was that this year or last year, you said?
Last year or the year before.
Yeah, it might have been the year before.
yeah.
And I
It
mean,
was
literally, we had to go through, and our crystals, we don't like to scratch them up and try them out until we're ready to sell them. And someone wants that done, because there's a lot of people that just say, I just want to display it. So we found that we don't want to scratch them up. They don't want that done. So we found it out after we had all of those made. We started scratching them up, and it was like, all right, you could pick out this. It was this board. It had its own kind of characteristic. We went through every single one. I mean, there wasn't one of those calls that we kept. We ripped the material out of every single one of them.
That's what makes you guys you, though. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't like it. I'm sure companies out there, well, they probably don't even do the Q.
Well, that's why and if you guys go to enough sports shows.
Yeah.
Guys, like you'll get every year out of, if we make 100 zebra pots, 100, whatever we make for a year, there'll be 5 or 6 of them that are just, we call them hammers. They're just for no reason. What a lot of the other companies do is they take one of them hammer calls and they put it out front of their booth, and they'll take their best slate call they have and their best box call, and they'll let you run all them all day. And most Joe Schmoes can make that sound pretty stinking good.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, hey, I want this. And they turn around and they give you one in a package that you have no idea what it sounds. So with us, that's what we put all of our stuff out. If you want to stand here all day and run every call, run them all.
As long as you sound okay.
Yeah, true.
As long as you know what you're doing.
Right.
On that, I've been at the booth several times whenever that's happening. The guy's like, I will take this call, and you say, okay, you want that call and what striker? And he's like, what do you mean? I don't get a different call.
Yeah.
They don't realize they're taking.
They have them guys conditioned. That's how it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, and then once you explain that to them, they're like, oh, I never really thought of it. And it changes the way they think about turkey calls and how they buy them. Like if I would never buy a call. This happened to me a couple years ago. Rick and I went to the NWTF show, and one of the most famous call makers down there, I was like, I want to buy one from him to collect it. I hit guys won D.D. Adams awards, more than anyone. Whenever started running the calls, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is a good call. I said, I'll take this one. I'll buy it.
Jim Bob had to look.
Yeah, I had to look. I was like, I want to buy this one. That sounds great. And the guy grabbed one off the shelf and goes, here you go. And I was like, what? I said, absolutely not. I said, can I pull that one out and run it first? He goes, well, no.
It'll sound the same.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
goes,
he said.
well, it'll sound the same. I was like, buddy, your ear and my ear and his. I don't think so. I'm like, it was like $75 then. That was,
Yeah.
we were selling ours for like 50 then. They're selling them for 70. I was like,
Yeah.
no way. And I ended up not buying one because they wouldn't sell me the one. I was like, it's beat up. It's been sitting out here for a long time, but that's the one I want.
Yeah, that's the sound you like.
Wouldn't give it to me.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. With like for some reason, however you lay it in there, maybe the grain of the wood or something just sounds better.
Yeah.
It could be a different amount of glue. It could be a
Something
different
so
thickness in the
subtle.
wall.
Mm-hmm.
Could be anything.
Yeah. So of you three, what is the combination? What's your killer combination of calls? Like mouth call. Like what do you use?
I'm a mouth call guy.
Yeah. Which one are you?
Special and a batwing.
Okay.
Special and batwing. That's all I use. I mean, I've used all the others, but those are, when it comes down to, I'll take a tin with 25 mouth calls in it, and those are the ones I root through it and find in the clutch situations.
Yep.
That's my preference. Each one of us has something completely different.
Yeah. What about you, Rick?
I don't use mouth calls much, but the ones I like are the old bitch and the Red Death, just because I like a raspier call.
Mm-hmm.
Pot call wise, I'm Slate all day long. That's just how I am, and I know what he is. And I know what he is, so I don't have to worry about anybody else running Slate.
Right.
I carry in my pack. I carry a lacewood aluminum is my number one go-to. A lacewood gray slate, and then it's an all prof. We screwed around with
Cutter.
Yeah, it's like a modified cutter.
It's a special Jimmy cutter.
Yeah, that I like to run.
Gotcha.
We don't want to discuss it because it's coming out in a new line.
Yeah.
Jimmy special.
It's in the Blackout series.
Fat guy series.
I only had a red electrical tape. I'm not sure that I've had one of those calls in a couple of years.
Yeah, it's just something and those the lacewood I have been in my pack since day one, since round one that we made them.
Yeah.
How many years?
15 years.
Holy! You're
I've the
still
same-
using the same pot call?
Same 2 pot calls,
Mhm.
and they've killed a birds did.
Yeah, so am I. First breaking kills is what's the first call I ever bought from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same 2. Now they look a little different than what they look now.
They'll beat up.
They still look good.
They still look and they sound freak. It was
was the original board of lacewood
Yeah.
How did I got like 6 or 7 different boards from a guy. I traded him something.
Yeah.
And it was lacewood, and it looked like it was wormy. Like I haven't seen a piece of lacewood like that ever since.
All right.
But it had nice long, like looked like wormholes but they
beetles ate into it.
Yeah,
like,
it was really cool. And he was like, "Oh, I like these," and then we made them. I was like, "Wow, these sound amazing."
The look.
Yeah.
Now here's the problem. Here's my thing though. When I do like that, I pick something out, like, because every year at the show we're like, we'll get stuff and be like, this is one of them. Like there was a purple slate this year. I'm like, this thing's going home with me. Like I'm taking it home. And we'll put it back, and then that guy will, like, somebody will come up and you just know, like you're talking to this guy
and he just can't find it,
and you're like, oh. and like you hand it to him. Now him, like when our inventory, we have inventory now, which is like your shirt's supposed to have in a company, right? We never had inventory before. Like when it comes to turkey season, we didn't have nothing left. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
You'd have guys call you the night before opener, and they'd be like, "Hey man,
Can I get a striker?
yeah, can I get?" So guys would come up. Like I've had guys stand here till 1 o'clock in the morning. Guys would come over. He's like, "Yeah, I want to buy a pot call too," and I'm like, "Hell or high water, dude! I ain't selling my pot calls." You know what I mean? Jim Bob's like, "I got these." Dude, every year he sells them.
Yeah.
Every single year he sells them.
he starts out with 6 in his vest.
Yeah.
By the end of the season, he doesn't have any left.
Nothing left.
Yeah.
Nothing left.
I'm terrible for giving kids. I give stuff to kids too. The kid, little snotter will come up and be like, "Oh, you like turkey call?" I'm like, "Here, buddy, here's turkey call for you." But those nights this year, I gave a kid some a couple mouth calls, and it was a Harrisburg, and
Yeah.
their parents had a booth there. We didn't even know. They come back with all these hats and stuff for us. Like, "Oh, you guys made their day. Here, people kind of
Yeah.
did it back to us." So it was really cool. Someone come over and
Yeah.
appreciated that.
Well, we had that. Remember that he was a little kid, the Maine.
Yeah.
From people from Maine, and
He's been over a couple years.
and he was little when he started coming over. And we gave him some mouth calls, and then this year he come over every year. And now he's buying stuff. He's getting old enough. He's probably 14, 15. And they come over this year, and we're like, "Hey, he wants to invite you guys up to our place, and he wants to call turkeys in for you guys to shoot."
Oh,
This is an outfitter out of Maine.
Yeah.
that's really cool. Have you guys ever been to Maine
No,
Nope.
for
No.
Turks? Be different.
we haven't been north of New York. At least I haven't.
Yeah.
It's a cool,
Yeah.
cool place to travel. I'm sure.
I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah. Are you guys going to Maine this year?
No, we're not gonna. It's just
Yeah, we're not doing anything really this year. Maybe Maryland.
Yeah.
We're talking Maryland.
Yeah, I was talking to Trenton last night or the night before about Maryland. They're just bouncing back and forth. He sent me him ripping on a mouth call. I don't know which one it was, but
Probably the hammer.
He only runs 2.
yeah,
he said he ran the same one as I did, which is the hammer.
yeah. It's a hammer.
He said it was going to be a crew, maybe like 8 or 9 of you guys down there for the opener, possibly.
It'd be the
Day after.
day after it'd be the Friday, Saturday after the opener. Yeah, but when you guys going down, right?
That
Yeah.
same time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll be there. So we're doing my bachelor party. I'm getting married this August. I almost forgot what month it was. But
Oh boy, edit that out.
That's a good start.
Yeah, edit
she
that
listens
out.
to this, she's going to kill me.
Yeah, edit that out.
But we're going down. A few of us are going down Wednesday night before the opener. Maryland's weird. I'm sure you guys know.
It opens on the day, not the
Yeah.
yeah.
18th.
Thursday.
Yeah, they'll do youth. Well, Quinn went down Saturday with Pick. It opened up Saturday, and then they just pick a date, and it opens. If it doesn't matter what day it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be down there from Thursday to Sunday. So Maryland kind of has my numbers 3 years ago, I think it was. Long story short, I hiked to the top of a mountain, camped out, roosted birds. I had a general area, went down the next morning, sat up against a giant oak tree just based off my onyx pin, got daylight, and the birds were roosting in the same tree I was sitting up against. And they were 3 longbeards, and the hens were in a different tree, and they flew down, and I missed first longbeard, second longbeard, third longbeard, all in the same morning. And there I was out of shells for the whole day. My truck was like 4 miles away. I was
You know,
like, okay, well,
they call that an elevator ride.
It was something. That elevator ride went
Straight to the straight to the basement, dude. Right out of the canal.
It was something else.
Tipton Creek doesn't condone that.
Yeah. Edit that out. Edit that out. It's just what some guy told me one time. I heard a story.
Oh, trust me, I thought about it. I thought about it.
Would you have thought about it?
I'd have done it. I'd have been like, he was coming across this green meadow. I called him from 300 yards away.
Goblin strutted the whole way.
Double gobbling his head off.
There was 4 hens with him. I called them in too.
That's cool. So you guys are thinking just Maryland and
Ricky's going to.
I got an opportunity to go to Kansas and Nebraska. I'm about
cool.
95% sure I'm going. Going to meet some of our buddies from Apex Ammunition.
there you go.
And unfortunately, I'm 56 and I've been at my company for 28 years, so I have 6 weeks vacation, so I can afford to take a week off for that. That's the bad part about what we do. We love turkey hunting. We love making turkey calls, but sometimes that's a bad mix because we're so busy. We can't get out and do this kind of stuff. And with us having full-time jobs as well, you got to balance your vacation time and stuff like that. Cause we all use a week's vacation for Harrisburg,
Right.
So if you only have 2 or 3 weeks, it's tough to get enough time to do stuff like that.
Yeah, then there's the kiddos and got to make
Yeah.
the wife happy with,
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you got to have that balance. It's all about the balance. And
Oh, and our families are more than. Our wives are.
Huh.
They're angels, dude. We went on a 38-day straight.
yeah,
Every night.
every
Every
night making turkey calls from the time we got home from work. Most of the time I was sitting down there at the bench with a plate of food sitting there eating,
Yeah.
and I dump it in the garbage can and start working.
Yeah.
That's just, and then we are done. We get a shower, go to bed, wake up and go to work.
Well, we got back from Harrisburg on Sunday night. We took that Monday night off,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then we worked every night till Ohio.
Again, yeah. And our wives are. Hey, are you got no calls? My wife's to the point now. She's like, no calls tonight.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you guys fighting?
Yeah. No calls tonight.
No,
But,
that
yeah,
takes a
I mean,
special person.
Yeah, and for them to let us do, and they let us do what we.
Yeah.
They let us as much as we hunt, and we hunt a lot for and make the calls and the time away at the shows, and
Yeah.
it's a lot. Now we did what we tried to take and do something nice with them. We took
Yeah.
them down to Sight and Sound there a couple years ago and a long weekend, but yeah, we appreciate them for what they do.
I make one of the ultimate sacrifices. The 3rd week of our turkey season, I go to Myrtle Beach.
He's an idiot. Yeah,
I've been doing that for 5 years now, and that's not going to change. It's always the week before Memorial Day. Unfortunately, it happens to be in turkey season, but
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
my wife lets me do what I enjoy, so I can sacrifice that 1 week.
He doesn't tell her that turkey hunting's terrible from there on.
Yeah, it gets really tough then.
So he just really lays it on. He's like,
Yeah.
this it's a real sacrifice.
This is the hottest week of the month. Come on.
You owe me.
Yeah.
We're gonna edit that whole part out. I want my wife to hear that.
Tim's going to be 3rd week of turkey season going on a beach vacation.
Hey, I'll take the 3rd week of turkey season over the 2nd week of the rut. How about it?
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I went
Yeah.
to Florida over the rut to play baseball a
Oof.
couple years ago.
He caught a lot of hell for it.
I guarantee it.
But on the other side, I missed,
But I should have been tagged out. So
definitely. I missed the first year of bow season this past year for a country concert.
Oof.
Yeah. Which,
That's why you're still getting married, though.
exactly. That's why
You
she's
got to
going
make the sacrifice.
Kentucky with me next week. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, I got a little somebody that doesn't let me miss nothing ever,
I'm gonna have 2 of them soon.
dude.
Can't wait.
Every morning.
nonstop.
Can I go before school? Can we go after school? Can I go this? Can we do that? Can we go? I'm like, dude, I got 2 hours of sleep and I got to get on a train here. Just come on. We didn't miss too many days this year, did we? No, we put some time in this year.
Later on.
Well, we got last day though. Last half hour smoke one, huh?
Yeah, Quinn and Trenton doubled up last year in Maryland, right? Or there was a double somewhere.
Now Quinn killed the opener. Him and Trenton and Pick went down. And then me, Trenton, and him got an Airbnb, and we went down. I killed one the first day. You killed one that first day or second day? Last day, Trenton killed one or two. Yeah, somebody had a year last year. He's never gonna. Well, you killed 3 gobblers in 4 to 5 days, didn't you? And then we come back here for our opener, and he killed one. And Jim Bob's boy got his first.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a stretch.
Dude, we had a banger last year.
Yeah.
A banger.
Yeah, both boys got one the first day of youth, and
Yeah.
that's a picture that you're never going to forget, and they'll
Yeah,
never
right.
going to forget. So that's
Yeah,
something we're going to have, because we had all the guys. I mean, there was probably 8 or 9 of us.
Mhm.
Not everybody kind of sitting hunting, with them, but other guys were, at different areas of the property. Hey, there's birds up here. Hey, and we just bounced around. My boy missed one. He was leaning up against a tree shaking. He had a 3-foot oak, 3-foot round oak tree. He had it shaking, hit with his nerves going through it. He missed one, and then we went right down and got on another one. Those guys were down below, and
Oh, that was fun. Well,
man,
somebody was sleeping when the trigger got pulled on that one.
Oh, Ricky.
Ricky and I, Jim Bob, and I went with Quinn's lucky numbers. Rick's brother, Mikey.
Mhm.
They're glued together.
Mhm.
Dude. They're lucky. Like it's pretty cool when they're together. But so E comes down with us, and Jim Bob's sitting with him, and Rick and I are back behind, and there's birds working and birds. So we're just gonna let them go and let them come in. You know what I mean? We're back against the tree, and and it's early now. The sun's coming up, and it's just giving you the old head nod. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, then all of a sudden, boom! It was an awesome morning. Then
That was a great day.
we went to Joni's and got our breakfast.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It was stuff you never ever.
2 birds, breakfast, tons of pictures.
Yeah.
Went to Missouri, nothing. Came back,
dude.
2 birds, tons of pictures, breakfast. Then again,
2 birds.
You
and
and
a
I,
miss.
Rick and I got birds at
I
Friday.
missed.
Yeah,
you missed
yeah.
I missed. We should have had 3. I missed that morning.
Yeah, we had 2. We had two trigger pulls in 15 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
Holy.
And Rick was at his property. We were on game land, and this bird worked in, and it was the 3 of us, me, him, and Jim Bob and Quinn, and we're kind of like, we knew the area, but really didn't know the area. We knew there was birdie, like it had birds in it, and he come down across, and I'm like, why Jim Bob? And dude,
I couldn't
if
see. There was a big tree
gonna,
in front of me.
if there's somebody's going to shoot, don't hesitate, because you're not going to get a shot, dude. I can assure you that. So he come down around, and it's like gray light. Like he's on the ground, and all I can see is, and I'm like, dude, why is he not shooting? I got the red dot on him. I'm like, why is he not shooting him? Why is he not shooting? I'm like, let it rip, tater chip. You know what I mean? Bang! It was a little farther than what I thought. So we're walking it off. I'm like, he was standing right here, man. And then when I looked down, I'm like, yeah, it's a little farther. Yeah, down in the hollow, dude. We sat down, and Jim Bob's like, Quinn,
Here we go.
if he comes to the left, you're shooting him. Quinn, if he comes to the right, I'll shoot him. I got back behind him, dude, about 3 calls.
Yeah, he was right in front of us, just spitting, strutting back and
Just
forth.
spitting and drumming.
And it's
dude.
like, oh, he's going over to Quinn. Oh, no, he's coming over to my side. Well, he's going back over to Quinn. He just kept going back and forth. And then finally, he wanted to circle us. And whenever he went to circle us, it was on my side.
It was about that time we got a call. Rick hammered one. Like we had
Yeah.
awesome.
What state was that?
PA, here in PA.
It was first Friday.
Oh, yeah, we went out to Missouri with like
Yeah, we missed the whole first week. We were in Missouri.
where did we go? Who was out there? Parker and them guys from Apex were out
Yep.
there. Don
Patterson.
Donnie
Yeah.
Patterson, that was with the pattern master guy, and some other. And Jim Bob and I have been there twice, and we've killed a bird. Haven't killed a bird yet.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a long.
We were what,
drive.
4 days or 3 days? 3 days.
3 days of hunting, yeah.
3 days
3
and
days of
70
hunting.
mile an hour winds.
And it was 70 mile an hour winds for all 3 days and all 3 nights. Like it just howled. In Missouri, there's no shelter.
Hey, it's all flatlands out there.
You just get
River bottoms.
we got
some river
hammered,
bottoms.
like-
but
Yeah, it was bad. And then it was so late in the season. you'd hear one day I heard probably 4 birds got tucked in maybe 65, 70 yards from them. I was like, oh yeah, they'll fly down this little open field. Nah, I made a call. I should have never made a call. I made a call. They didn't want nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
They can, and everyone that came in silent. John from Apex missed twice.
Yeah.
I was sitting there calling birds, and he was facing one way, I was facing the other, almost had our backs to each other. And boom, boom. I'm like, oh crap, birds come right in silent. They were not making any noise, which to me, that's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Rick
I
had, Rick
like
had
a
a hen
screamer.
stand on his foot.
That was
Looked
funny.
into his soul.
What was it?
A hen.
And we were Jimmy and I were sitting together on a log, and like I said, you couldn't hear anything. But then all of a sudden she come up, and we probably seen her, about 30, 35 yards at first.
I couldn't see her. I could hear her.
But then Chuck kind of nudged him, and then she got behind some brush, and like, where the hell she go? Well, then next thing you know, she pops up on this log, and she's just, staring at me. And I said to him, I'm like, dude, she's looking at my soul. She's gonna suck the life right out of me, man. She's right, and she was right there,
It's cool.
right there.
Well, she fought. We fought with her for
Oh yeah,
an hour. I bet.
she came up to
No
kick
problem.
somebody's ass.
That's cool.
It was cool. We have fun that one.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, so to kind of close this up here, kind of like an ending question that I have is, you guys kind of hit on a little bit, but have you been in a situation where you had a bird hammered, maybe it was on the limb or mid morning or whatever, and what have you done to call on a stubborn bird, or have you been in a situation like that?
all the time.
That's memorable.
What we do now is we buy Apex ammunition and shoot them at 75 yards. So you don't have to worry about it then.
He was doing it.
I was doing that before Apex came out.
Jim Bob had the lob shot in,
Yeah.
like a howitzer. Yeah,
we are very famous for one of us, whoever the bird is responding to moves.
Mm-hmm.
So other guys, whether it's one or two of us, stay stationary, and the guy that the bird is responding to backs out, goes 50 yards behind us, and just makes a racket.
Starts calling.
Makes a we're doing wing flaps, we're calling, the raking, just we get back and we get aggressive and try to get that bird to break a distance for one of the guys to shoot. We do that a good. How about it, Jimmy? We're pretty famous for for doing that.
And I think a lot of it's situational.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of it's feeling the heat of the bird, the heat of the moment, the lay of the land. There's a lot of. I mean, it's a general question, but it's a big answer. I guess it's situational, and a lot of guys will be like, how do you guys kill so many birds? How do you do? We've screwed up 100 million times, man.
Yeah.
And we tell everybody, dude, I don't care what turkey call you buy. I don't care what you're using. I don't care if you paid $500 for it or $3 for it. The biggest thing, and it's the same with the deer woods, the biggest thing in it is woodsmanship.
Yeah.
Calling's probably 5% of it, and there's 5% of it's luck.
Mm.
And the other 90% of it, it's woodsmanship. It's knowing the lay of the land. It's knowing what the turkeys are doing. It's feeling the heat of the turkeys. What you think, is there hens with them? Are there hens reacting to you? Are they taking them away? Is he by himself? Is he, is he answering me? Is he gobbling just at a crow? It's situational. It
Yeah,
really
we've
is.
had so many times where we're like, hey, let's get another 25 yards, and we get 5 and the bird taking off,
Happens every year.
But you could sit there for 3 hours. If you didn't make that call, you sit there for 3 hours, and that bird would never move.
Yeah.
And it's just
And flip side, and it's still, I think, one of my more memorable hunts with him is we're at the top of the mountain, midday, and there's a place up there, and we run and gun. Like, we're runner, hit a spot, and we'll hit 50 spots if we have to do that. It's a spot, we know there's birds. It's literally on this side of the mountain. It drops down into a ravine, and it goes up to a top. There's a giant clear cut that our fat asses aren't walking to. I mean, it's far, dude, and
Yeah.
it's straight uphill. We did walk once, and I thought we were gonna die.
Yeah.
But and then we found a 4-wheeler path on the way home and made it way easier walking. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're there, and we get up and we do our, one of us usually we locate a lot with a box call. We'll get a box call out and hammer on it. He's down the whole way down to the bottom of the mountain, across the creek, and probably 4 benches up on the other side. He's even with us, straight. That's like yours. So we mess with him. And we're like, turkeys don't come downhill. Turkeys don't come across the river. Turkeys don't do this. Turkeys don't.
I think we heard a turkey down somewhere down there, but further up, it was like we could get down a little further, maybe 2 benches down, and see a little bit of the bottom. And maybe we're not committing to walking up there. That wasn't happening. It was 11. It was what, 11:30. We're like,
Yeah,
we're not making it up there.
It was hot.
I
We
couldn't
probably
have
wouldn't have walked up there anyway.
No.
Let's be honest there.
No, there was no.
what time of the day it was.
I was in better shape then,
But that thing come
but
down.
I wasn't doing it.
He went over under the edge, and I backed up behind him. That bird come off the top of that mountain the whole way down, crossed that creek, and he ended up killing it.
That's awesome.
But you don't know. Like
Came
there's,
right to us.
Yeah.
you can hunt a bird. Well, that bird that one I killed the last day this year, we hunted that hard. Trent and I hunted that bird hard for 4 years. Hard. Last day, him and I, and he was with a hen, and the hen come in, and it was like, that was easy. Just happens. Like, I don't know. That's
Right.
cool.
What about you, Timmy? You got any final questions, any points?
So with us all being from central PA, I mean, we all hunt here, but you guys hunted all over. We pretty much hunted several states. Is PA the hardest state you've hunted, or is it somewhere else?
I tell all them guys, like, we get this question a lot at the shows,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear Mississippi, you hear Alabama, I tell everybody, come to Tipton, we'll take you on the big mountain. And if you can kill a bird on state game land year after year up there, I'll respect you. I think it's PA, my opinion. That's mine.
PA State Game Lands is probably the hardest, most pressured hunting for birds that you're ever going to find. I mean, you go to another state and your first week there, you spend an entire week there, you usually kill a bird, no matter what state you go to. Usually, if you can spend a whole week there, I've spent an entire season, and I can run a call, I can hunt in Pennsylvania and not killed a bird. So I compare that, and I know the ground, I know the area, I know where you go to another state and say, oh, Mississippi's hard. You gave me a week in Mississippi, I'll kill a bird.
Mm-hmm.
On decent something.
Yeah. On
But you'll go up
comparable ground.
Like you'll go up here, and it looks like the first day of rifle season, opening day.
Yeah, it's crazy how over the past few years there's been so many turkey hunters.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
You can go an entire season and not see another guy. Now it is like you said, the first day of rifle.
Yeah.
Hey, long from on Tipton Creek, we love them all.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it's.
Nope. Die again.
It was probably either a minute or two over. We'll throw in some footage or something, maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Do whatever.
Hey, you got to get something good out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Might only be 35 seconds, but you got something good out of it.
So it stops. So Sony's only record in 30-minute frames. It's the dumbest.
Why is that?
I don't know. But last year in Kentucky, I worked a bird for a half hour and it shut off at 30 minutes. And I killed him at 31 or 32. I was so irritated.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We're good, Tim. I didn't stop recording this.
All right. We want to do just real quick
Just
and close
kinda
out.
go over where anyone can
Yeah.
find their
Yeah.
calls or. So that kind of goes over just what we wanted to go over. Sounds like
Hey, hold on. I'll go.
Yeah.
You can hear the mic
the
moving.
cord moving. Yeah, it's crazy how much they pick up. So that's about it. I mean, we had pretty general discussion there. That's what we wanted to This isn't gonna be the first time we have these guys on. It's always a hoot.
So we're gonna bring some moonshine and we'll meet up.
Yeah.
We should try to meet up.
We'll have a discussion.
Might get a little.
Jim Bob might not have all his clothes on me. I know. We'll have a discussion.
We might have to blur it out on YouTube, but we'll do whatever. But as you guys can see, it's a dynamic group just like us. I feel like we can relate in that sense where, just like at the beginning of the podcast, you guys mentioned that sometimes Jim Bob's critiquing or whatever it may be kind of brings you guys closer, and the quality of your products go up. And that's the same with us. We have a lot of feuds in the group, a lot of disagreements, but at the end of the day, you guys hit the nail on the head with getting out there, having fun, and going from there. So
That's a big part of it, man.
really appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate Timmy's an OG. He's been around since the beginning.
It's been a long time, that's for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate the support.
I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, I can remember the day you hooking the cameras onto the. Remember we had the driftwood with our strikers in it.
Yeah.
And him hooking cameras. I'm like, look at this clown, dude.
What were you doing?
What? Yeah, dude. He had like GoPro cameras, and people that would like come up to the booth and like. I was like, what is that thing? He's like, it's called a GoPro.
Read it.
It's not a Polaroid.
Yeah. That's cool. So, for everyone listening or watching, where can everyone buy a call or find you guys on social media?
TiptonCreekTurkeyCalls.com.
Yeah, we've got the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok,
Mhm.
all that going on. Not sure. We should be announcing a date here pretty directly. We do what we call it the tailgate sale down across from Rossi's here in Tipton. We pull our trucks in and it's just like coming to a show. We put all our stuff out. So come get in line. There'll be parking lot usually pretty packed there.
Yeah, we'll be announcing that on social media here in the next couple of days once we have our schedules all figured out and stuff. But we do it like from 5 till 8:30, 9 o'clock, or if there's still guys there and we got enough alcohol, we'll stay till
Cigars.
whenever.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but we do, but anything, go to, if there's anything else, anything special you're needed, get a hold of us on Instagram or whatever. We got guys all the time making, we're actually doing a box call for a group right now, and a little boy's first hunt. And yeah, so anything special you need, you can do it that way through our Tipton Creek.
Yeah, any special custom stuff, especially companies. We do a lot of companies.
Mhm.
Custom
Logos.
calls for companies, yeah.
Cool.
Picture logo in it.
Wedding gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our first wedding party this year.
Yeah.
This
wedding-
guy, I think he had 6 groomsmen.
Yeah.
And he sent me a picture of each one of them with a buck and a couple of them with turkey. And we put him on turkey call. In fact, we seen that guy. He was, where's it, Harrisburg or is it Ohio?
He was Harrisburg.
He come up, he said, I'm the guy that bought him for his groomsmen. I'm like, oh, dude, you're the coolest guy I know right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But
We had that one. My favorite. I know you guys want to get out, but my favorite one was the green. I'll never forget that green aluminum.
green aluminum.
Guy has us to put something on it, and we're like, "What?" So he does it. Him and his girl. Opening morning, the sun's coming up, dude. Hands her a Tipton Creek turkey call, and it has laser engraved across the front. Will you marry me with a ring? And they doubled up that morning.
Well, that's
still one of my
Yeah.
one of my favorite stories. Yeah, yeah. We do all custom, whatever you need done, we can do.
cool deal. Alrighty, guys. Well, we appreciate it. Good luck.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for the
Thank you.
support over the years too. Definitely, guys. Thank you. Good luck this year.
Yep. Good luck this year, guys.
Thank you. You too.